Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of the CCA California podcast. Good to be with you another week. We certainly appreciate all of you hanging out with us. Tonie and Darren, what's up, guys? How are you?
I'm good.
It's just us today.
Just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
Just the three of us. You know,
someone had to sing it. It wasn't going to be me.
Right?
I know. I apologize to everyone who had to listen to that too. Well, one thing, no guest today, by the way, just three of us, as we said. We're almost halfway through the year. Can you believe that?
No.
I can't believe that either.
It is going by pretty fast.
We're in middle of May. We're 2 weeks away from like almost the halfway point of the year. It's crazy. Now we're about a month away.
Which means, we're 3 weeks away from our charter.
Yeah.
Which I just
First
now
charter
realized.
of the year.
First charter of the year. How are we feeling?
Are we
Darren?
really the first charter of the year?
Yeah.
We're not even in fishing shape yet.
Yeah. I haven't even
No,
gone
we're
out
not.
fishing. Yeah. Are you? You're not in fishing shape, are you?
Hell no.
You haven't been fishing out in like 20 years.
I wouldn't go that far, but
No,
it
I
seems
haven't
like
been
it.
fishing in about 20 years, but yeah. Yeah. First charter of the year. How are we feeling?
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you filled it yet?
No. No, we'll talk about that later on.
Yep, we certainly will. We certainly will. But, Tonie, I do have a question for you.
Oh, God.
You are about 6 months into this gig.
Yeah.
I guess two things. One, how's it going for you so far? And two, well, let's just start out with that one, and then I'll ask you.
Haven't you noticed all the gray hair on her?
The
Yeah,
gray
it sprouted out of nowhere.
Within
That
the last
wasn't in
6
the
months.
job description, Chris.
Hey, look at mine. Look at mine. This is like 6 years, so at least you know it's going to be. It'll take you 6 years for that one.
No, everything's all good. I think I have been able to accomplish a lot of things that not that I didn't think I was capable of doing, but I was able to prove to myself I was capable of doing, I think. And I'm just really proud. First and foremost, I'm just really proud of last weekend at Dana Landing and the Bay Bass Classic. Like,
How was that? Sorry I missed it.
What was your excuse, Darren?
I wasn't feeling good.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I wasn't feeling good, and I still showed up.
You left.
Yeah,
early.
okay. I did leave.
And the truth comes out.
True.
No, it was a really fun event. And I'm not just saying that because I was there the whole time,
Right.
but the number of people that reached out to myself, to BD Outdoors, that wrote on the forum, like everyone had such a great time. And I think it was such a vibe. You know, we had music, Lewis, the San Diego chapter came out, helped us out. They had the speakers going. We had, vendors there. A lot of people were just hanging around. You know, we checked everyone in around. We signed in 160 people in less than 40 minutes.
Yeah, that was.
And they were
impressive.
out. They were out.
160 people.
160 people. With a couple people that walked in or walked out.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
That's an awesome
First
turnout.
event. First event.
Yeah, I guess the line to check in was like wrapped around Dana Landing. Like on the
Why can't we get that kind of
backside.
turnout with the Coastal Social?
You know, I thought about that because, not only is Coastal Social kind of like my baby and Matt Florentino's baby, and then Tonie has to show off and just pull out a 160 person event.
Yeah.
Her first time,
First
by the way. I chalk it up to it's a different price point. Obviously, it's more expensive, but I think it was meant for a different crowd.
True.
Meaning, it's more for the guys who want to get into that serious cash tournament fishing, and like the SBS and those guys. So I think that was built for that. I don't think there's very many of those guys around anymore because SBS has really just exploded in popularity, and good for them. I'm super stoked for them. But really, Coastal Social was built as that event where it's not as much pressure, but it's the same style of fishing and almost the same format as well. So I think it's just a different market, and unfortunately, Coastal Social, like we have to spend some serious time in it, and really it just takes quite a lot of bandwidth. And we still have the South tournament scheduled, and we'll see how it goes. But I think ultimately, Bay Bass Classic is here to stay after the response that we've seen.
I think so.
Yeah.
I hope
but-
so.
Yeah. I hate to bring up this word, but pre-COVID, there were a lot of tournaments out there, and everything was getting a lot of
Traction.
Now that we're past it, where's everybody at?
I'm not entirely sure that's entirely fair. I think people are still out fishing. I think
They are still out fishing, but
I honestly think you're either a tournament person or you're not, too.
I mean, you can say the opposite too. Like, there's a lot of fishermen and women that came out of COVID as a result too.
True.
I think whenever there's some sort of inshore tournament, I think there's some intimidation because if you don't have a kayak or you don't have a boat, you're automatically saying to yourself, well, I can't fish that. I'm going to walk, a mile worth of shore.
shore pound, baby, shore pound.
I know, and there's some solid fish to be had underneath.
There's some
docks
shore pounders
and
out there
pillars,
that
absolutely
find the big ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. So, I'm really stoked for Bay Bass Classic. I'm stoked at the response. I'm sure we'll probably have a recap meeting here soon. But ultimately, my hat's off to you, Tonie, and Nate, and Jesse, and the whole team, really for putting that thing on together flawlessly. Your first time, too. It was pretty epic.
Yeah, I'm super grateful to have friends like those in the industry, and even when we first started talking about it, I mean, I have to mention Ricky in there too because he really helped me and kind of get the groundwork going on sides of this tournament that I didn't know people that could help me on. So he definitely played a part of that too. But to have friends like I do at BD and they're not just work friends, they're like my friends' friends, So to have that support and just to have a group of people that have that same vision and they want something to be successful and they, we all just want a really awesome tournament. I mean, I think it paid off.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't see this, Darren, but on Saturday I shed a proverbial tear just watching everything go flawlessly and all that stuff.
Almost flawlessly. Almost.
Yeah. I mean, it's bound to happen. But seriously, you guys should be proud of yourselves for it.
We definitely are. You missed a good one, Darren.
I'm finding out.
You always miss the good ones. Why?
People really showed up for Chris's food, though. Chris's pulled pork. You spent how long?
I started cooking, I think, Thursday, and I stopped on Friday afternoon, I think. And
Is it all gone? Did everyone go through it there?
Right?
Oh, I didn't eat my sandwiches until I got home.
Oh, wow.
Were they good?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
I have a bunch of potato salad left over.
Oh, nice. So that's where it all went.
I have half a tin.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That makes me
How many
feel-
pounds of pork did you do?
I bought 90 pounds of pork.
Oh, my God.
Almost a whole it's like basically a whole pig. It was unbelievable. I mean, I don't think I've ever smoked that much pork in my life.
How many pellets did you go through? How many bags of pellets?
Oh. Smoking? 2 bags. Warming up? Another 2 bags.
Crazy.
Yeah, I
Worth
know.
it.
Yeah. As long as it was worth it, it was good.
Yeah, it's delicious. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. Well, my second question for you, Tonie. What has been, 6 months in, what has been the most surprising thing that you've come across with this gig?
The most surprising?
Yeah. Something that you completely didn't even see when we hired you on or that you see now, or something that has happened.
The most surprising, I think, is the reach and the extent of the reach that CCA has. And I saw that a lot at the shows. Everybody knew who you were, who Wayne was, Darren, all the core people involved, and how everyone across the board is so willing to help each other out. And then I realized, I thought I knew a lot of people. I really don't. I really don't. And I think for me, reaching out to people that I don't have the familiarity with, that like you guys do or Wayne, little intimidating sometimes.
Yeah. I can see that. The shows are a special time of the year. I think, as much as we complain and all that stuff, I think they probably are one of my favorite times of the year, just because it's almost like a kickoff for the whole year. It sets the table for the whole rest of the whole season. Not to mention, you get to see everyone again. Like basically all these different shows, you see the same vendors at each stop. You get to, each show provides an opportunity to hang out with different people because you have different neighbors, obviously, and everything. So it's almost like rekindling relationships on a sponsorship level, but then also just as a friendship level too.
Yeah.
All good people in the industry too.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, except you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, as we kicked off here, we had mentioned that we do have, although we are halfway through the year, we still have Apps and Taps tomorrow, which the guys were just here. They just loaded up. I think it's pretty much a done deal now, I think. No surprises or anything. We also have Anthony Shea coming up on June 27th. And I think that is pretty much the midway point of the year. I think that event's going to be the midpoint of the year because we've got so much going on in July and August, and we'll get into the charters in a second. But I think the way that this year kind of got framed out and scheduled was July 27th, Anthony Shea, and then we're pretty much just in either meetings or conferences or ICAST or all that, all the way until September. Mm-hmm. And then we kick back off banquets, starting with, not your banquet, but Santa Barbara. They're doing their golf tournament. And then we have you at Top Golf. Yep. And then Orange County. And then also, we haven't even talked about it, but we're about to schedule North LA in October as well. So a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's kind of crazy, like this first half of the year, how stacked we are. Like just when we thought we were busy with show schedule, then we had to go into May, and we have an event pretty much every weekend into the first weekend of June for the MDRA, the Halibut Derby. Mm-hmm. And we don't really get a break until after Anthony Shea, but then it's almost like we're playing catch up.
What day did you say Anthony Shea is?
June 27th. That is a Thursday. That's going to be a good one, too. Yeah. We're north of 200 people on that one right now.
So we go from my charter into Anthony Shea, and then it just keeps going from there?
Oh, no. No, my friend. We have Halibut Derby, your charter, LA North and South charter, San Diego's charter, then Anthony Shea, and then Kern County charter.
You missed Orange County charter.
Two of them. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we have a lot of charters.
It seems like it's going to be busier this year than last year, and last year was really, really busy.
You set the schedule up like that. Was that your fault, Tonie?
Hey, I was just following along the coattails, Chris.
Of course. Tonie, do you have all the details in front of you by chance of all the charters?
I do. So all the confirmed charters are all on our website. So you go to ccacalifornia.org, and you're going to look under events, and there's a little charter tab there. And underneath that tab, you're going to find all the charters for this year that we have up. So you don't have to be a member on any of these chapter charters. It's open to everybody. We encourage everybody, whether you're a new member, an existing member, come out with us, have a great time. Life member, come out with us. Let's go fishing. So the first charter, as we mentioned, is with Darren and his chapter. That's the Inland Empire chapter.
I love how you said that.
That's because we're number one.
We're number one. Well, you planned it out that way for a specific reason.
For my chapter to be number one? Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We win.
That's not what I was alluding to.
Okay.
You planned it because you wanted the most opportune time for Star.
Yes. Star is going to be a great thing this year. I'm so glad it came to California. And
we haven't even talked about Star, too. That's a whole other ball of wax.
Exactly. I wanted to start as early as we could, even though Star starts the 25th of this month.
Next Friday.
Yeah. And then
I'm sorry, next Saturday.
Saturday. The earliest we could get was June 6th or 7th through the 8th. Mm-hmm. And
on the El Dorado.
yes.
Out of
Great
Long
boat.
Beach Sport Fishing.
So much fun on that boat. The crew is awesome.
Our main man Henry is working hard to fill that boat, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not doing it.
I think everybody that signed up on there came from me so far. But no, Henry's doing a great job. He's the one that he's been dealing with. I think he's been dealing with the boat or whatever for us. Mm-hmm. He's doing a good job. But the Star Tournament alone is going to be so much fun this year. There's so much to be able to win. There's weekly prizes. We got a 18-foot center console Parker up for the grand prize. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to go home with a new boat this year. So
crazy.
Yeah.
I still can't believe we're doing that.
I can't either.
I don't think we've given away that big of a prize ever.
And what's funny is that this tournament hasn't even started yet we're already planning for next year.
We have to.
Yeah. We have to.
Yeah.
The turnaround time is not anything to sneeze about. It's about a month.
No. But if you guys want to get on the charter, it's an overnight, June 7th through the 8th, $300 for the ticket. And
that includes an entry into the Star Tournament.
Yes, it does.
But you do need to become a member on your own, whether you're a member already or a life member or whatnot. Great.
Yep.
But you need to have a current membership.
And we're going to go after, obviously in the Star Tournament we have tuna, yellowtail, sea bass, halibut, all three species of bass, calico, spotty, sand bass. So, yeah, we're going to go after a few of those species that on that trip. Hopefully we get some yellowtail, get a lot of calicos, hopefully out there at the island. Should be a fun time.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the few charters I'm going to go on this year.
You better go on it.
Yeah.
We're number one. Remember that?
Oh, my gosh.
We might see a little bit of bluefin.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Why do you
We just might.
bring up that bad word? I hate bluefin chasing.
You got to take the good with the bad, though.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Hey, any opportunity.
Yeah.
You just need
I just
one
don't want
chance.
to. I don't want to spend a lot of time going after bluefin.
I mean, with bluefin, either they're going to hit or not.
Right. Exactly.
I just don't see us with an overnight. I don't see us going out of our way, at least very much out of our way, to go specifically after bluefin. Like if they're in the backyard, great. You have to. You have to at least give it a fair shake.
My thing with it being the start of the Star Tournament, I want to get quantity over quality, just so we can get entries into the into the tournament.
Yeah. And we'll have measuring devices on the boat for everyone too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys planned out what rods you're gonna bring? I already have it sorted out.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta reline everything still.
That's something for probably the night before for me.
Same here.
Yeah.
You haven't even thought about it?
I haven't even thought about it.
Guys.
Well, I mean,
come on.
it goes without saying. It's all gonna be Okuma stuff for me, so it doesn't matter.
Well, excuse me.
No, I'll have my PCH rods. I'll probably bring a couple 300 Komodos, and I'll bring a just in case we do see the bluefin around. I'll bring a big reel. Bring a big rod.
I'm just bringing bass gear.
Are you?
I'll bring a jig stick. I'll bring a bass rod. I'll bring a rockfish rod, and I'll bring a bluefin rod.
Yeah.
I think that's
a good way to start.
The rockfish can double as a yo-yo if I need it to.
True.
Because, you got to be prepared for yo-yo fishing for yellowtail, rock fishing, and then bluefin, obviously, if you come across it that time of year. If there's no shot at the bluefin, I'm not bringing it. But, and then obviously bass, because that's primarily what we do with the island, typically.
Yeah. Yep. That or yellowtail.
Yeah.
Yellowtail should be there. I'm not gonna say plentiful, but should be there.
A lot of surface irons for me.
Yep.
A lot of stick baits. A lot of hard baits.
What about you? What are you bringing?
Oh, okay. So I have this low pitch.
You totally
rod.
wanted us to ask you that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, I was okay. I
She
was
This
steaming over there.
I was
She's like, you guys
morbidly-
need to ask me.
I was morbidly curious if you guys had started because only because I recently had to go through all of our tackle. Like we can't even open the door in our guest closet because it's just stacked with stuff. So I had to organize everything, and it got me
I
thinking
see.
about,
I see.
we have a trip in a couple weeks. Maybe I should start setting some things
When you
aside.
put it that way, it's like, oh boy. Maybe I'll go through all my stuff this weekend.
Yeah.
Bring
Well,
I'm bringing a lot of fluorocarbon.
Yep.
Bringing a nice comfy pillow because I have this reputation that where I sleep on the boat, which is true. I do sleep in. You'll see, Tony.
I fully believe that because it has already been said by multiple people.
Yeah.
There'll be bluefin, there'll be fishing going on, and where's Chris? He's taking Mimi's in the bunk room.
Yep, exactly.
Hey, I've got no shame.
Right.
I've got no shame at all.
Exactly.
Especially now having a kid. Oh, yeah.
That's
You
your
bet
getaway time.
You bet your behind I'm getting some sleep. Anyway, go ahead.
So I have a Type-In, I have a low pitch rod. So that's probably going to be used for cod. I like to play around with different jigs and stuff. So that'll be my first one. Probably a 40-pound fly line. 40-pound fly line's always my go-to because I love fly line. One of my favorite things, aside from fishing on the popper in September. Bluefin rod, I'll probably bring a 80-pound setup. And then just a jig stick for surface irons. My 4. I'm limiting myself to 4. Myself and Chad. We're each bringing.
Chat's coming too?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going to be
Yeah.
fun. It's going to be really fun. Yeah, 4 is a good number. Like, typically, if I had to average everything out, a minus, like, you know, if I'm bringing combos for, like, friends or whatever like that, or
Yep.
even like, big bluefin, 4 is typically my average.
Yeah.
If I can get away with 3, great. But 4 is respectable.
Yeah, full day and overnight, like those boats are always, I have found it's always difficult for people to plan out what they want to bring because especially on a full day boat, like you never know what we're going to see. Like conditions one day can be totally different than the day before and then the day that you're fishing. And so trying to figure out what rods to bring, like we almost have to tell people to just, you kind of have to bring everything because
Yeah.
we really don't know. Like we have an idea, but we really don't know. So I'm trying to heed by my own advice and not bring a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I preach that a lot. Because I see people bring half of their garage on the boat. Sometimes
Yep.
they only use like 2 lures.
Don't be the guy who takes up an entire dock cart just full of your stuff.
Yeah. Be
Your
courteous
stuff.
to others. There's only so many rod holders on the boat.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of carts, I'm sure we'll have a raffle or 2 and some giveaways on your trip, right?
Yep. Of course.
Cool. Anyway, continue, Tony.
Okay, so the next charter on the list, that is June 14th to 15th. That's going to be an overnight on the Freedom. That's with the North LA and South LA chapters. So overnight on the Freedom, 14 to 15. We have a full day. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. Full day on the San Diego with the San Diego chapter. That's June 21st. We have an overnight on the Fury with the Orange County chapter. That's the 23rd and 24th. A 2-day on the El Dorado again. That's the 28th to the 30th. Keep in mind, this is all in June. And then we have the Western Outdoor News Charter that takes place. We drop off on the 30th, and then we pick back up for another 2 days. So back-to-back 2-day. Mm-hmm. It's the 30th, June 30th to July 2nd.
You volunteered to do both, right?
Did I? Whose idea was that?
I'm not that mean. No, I'm actually really bummed about me missing the San Diego trip because that's going to be 2 years in a row in which because you went actually last year, and
It's a fun trip.
I couldn't go last year. I can't go this year because I'll be out of town. But I'm bummed. That's always a phenomenal trip, especially with Cat Matt and Booger as well. And overall, it's just super.
When is that one this year?
June 21st, I think.
Yeah, it's the weekend of Yellowtail Shootout, June 21st.
Are you gonna go?
I think I might.
Oh yeah, it's on a Friday. Got no excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse.
None.
Yeah. So a lot of charters going on in June.
A lot of charters, and like we said, they're all star charters.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have plenty of opportunities to get your submissions in.
Well, also, let's remind everybody, too, that you don't have to be on these charters to participate in STAR. You can be on your own private boat or somebody else's private boat, participate in the STAR tournament.
Yeah, and if you happen to be on these charters, you get your measuring device on the trip.
Yep.
You can go fish after, all the way until September 2nd and still be eligible.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But being on these trips, like, there is an advantage because there's some raffle stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's some serious
giveaways.
perks that happen on
Our
these
sponsors have
charters.
stepped up for sure.
We are so appreciative of all of our sponsors.
Yes, we are.
Yes. So anyway, moving on to July. I know we have one, right? Maybe two.
We have two. So July 2nd. Yeah, July 2nd. That's with the Orange County chapter. They have their annual Calico Bass only
that's a fun trip.
on the Some Fun with Captain Brian. So that'll be a fun one. That is not a star trip, but that's gonna be a lot of fun.
That
I'm
one
looking forward
always
to that
sells
one.
out too.
But
So you better get on it.
you can always bring your measuring device.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then the last charter we have is the 28th to the 29th of July. So that's at the very end of July. That is going to be an overnight on the Mirage with Channel Islands. So
That's going to be a fun one too.
yeah.
Yeah. You've never fished up there, have you?
I've never fished up there.
That's fun. That's fun. You've fished out of there, but not on the Mirage, I think.
Right.
That one's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the only other one that I'll be able to make this year. Everyone else, I'll be sad to miss. It sucks.
And that one's at the end of July.
End of July, yeah.
I'll be getting back from Cabo, so I can probably make that.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I'll be there, so.
I'll probably stay home.
So, there is one charter that you left off the list that we
Did I?
just booked.
Oh, that's right.
And I am very excited about it. I know you are too.
We've been talking about moving CCA north, but this conversation has been in play longer than I've been in the picture. So Chris and I have been talking, how can we, because we've had a lot of interest in different groups and a lot of people saying, why don't we have chapters up north? How can we get involved up north? And when we sat down with the Morro Bay chapter and we got them situated, we really wanted to pursue going north, like San Francisco north. So we do have a charter. I don't have it in my calendar, Chris, so you're going to have to remind me of the dates.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
How rude.
I'm so unprepared.
So that one, excuse me, that one is going to be August 24th on the California Dawn 1. We literally just signed the paperwork and buttoned everything up like yesterday, so it's just fresh off the press. August 24th, California Dawn 1, full day trip with those guys, and I don't know. I've never fished up there before, so I'm completely new. But I do know it's going to be a fun trip. I do know that we're only taking 20 people, so it's going to be a limited load, $300, and it's a little more expensive. But we are bringing some friends with us. We've got the guys from Pro Marinahi USA coming. They're the sponsor of the trip. We also are going to throw in a CCA membership with for everyone on the boat that signs up as well. So it's going to be a fun trip. We're not driving this time. We're flying up for it. It's going to be good. And this is hopefully going to kick off what hopes to be a entire new network of local chapters in the Bay Area. And that's why we kind of booked the trip. I don't want to say we're taking a gamble, but we are kind of taking a gamble, and we're trying to really get solidified in the northern sector of the state of California. And I think this is a good way to do it. We all love fishing. We might as well go out and fish and have those meaningful conversations and really try and get a local chapter started up in the Bay Area, either in Berkeley or Santa Cruz or Logistics and location can be figured out all later. But ultimately, the goal going up there, we want to start a local chapter. And more importantly, we're going to start a network of chapters up there to hopefully be able to get a full-time person up in the Bay Area as well. And it all has to start somewhere, right? So we're going to start it August 24th on the California Dawn 1. I'm super stoked, Tony.
Yeah. This is it, Chris. I think this is how it starts.
This is the pool. We're plunging right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head first, shallow end.
Yeah. Exactly. We might be concussed, but
That's going to be a fun trip.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to be awesome.
I know you were doing some numbers in your head, seeing if you were going to go up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Maybe
I got time. I got time to figure it out.
Maybe we'll make it work. I know a guy. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I think that'd be fun. I mean, talk about a good chance at halibut and stuff like that up there.
Halibut, lake cod. I think we were talking about maybe striped bass. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
be fun.
August, the regs will be open, but it's only going to be shallower than 120 feet. So,
Oh, that's a plus.
yeah, it could be.
Man.
It could be. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the expert of fishing up there, so we're kind of just along for the ride.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But we're going to go see some friends up there too. I'm sure we'll probably hit up, or we've already hit up Virginia, our good friend, Unforgettable Virginia. And we're going to go have some fun up there. Hopefully try and start a couple chapters or two.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
It'd be awesome. Yeah, you get Virginia behind that, and she might be able to help build something up there.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think, us taking the plunge into Northern California is so necessary for our growth as well.
Yep.
To where we can really only go as far north as we have people. And
Yes.
this trip is specifically designed to go and get those people, go get our people to go help us out, because we say that we represent the entire state of California. Well, it's about time we start actually doing it.
Yeah.
And getting constituents up there. So, and solid membership. We do have membership up there, but we need to grow that up there and really grow what this is all about, growing our footprint up there. And that's what it's all about. But we certainly do need your help in that. So if you are from the Bay Area, if you know somebody from the Bay Area,
Is it Mark from the Bay Area?
or Grelnick,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you guys are located in the Bay Area, we'd love to see you on that trip, August 24th. You can go register at ccacalifornia.org right now. And it's going to be a fun trip. It will be certainly fun. And hell, if you were even interested in starting a local chapter up north, hit us up. Chris A at ccacalifornia.org is my email. And we certainly definitely want to have that conversation with you if you are interested in potentially leading up a local chapter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's pretty much all I had. Do you guys have anything else that you'd like to chat about?
No, I don't have nothing. I think we covered pretty much.
You always have nothing. I'm actually legitimately surprised how you showed up earlier than I did today.
Why are you surprised?
Well, because you never do that.
Come on.
Where's the popcorn?
Yeah.
Someone grab me the popcorn.
Yeah. I'm just here for the comments.
The comment section
Yeah.
with Darren. Tony, you got anything?
Oh gosh. Well, with Star around the corner, it's gonna be a pretty epic tournament. I mean, it's a statewide tournament, and I know we talked about Star, but going back to Star, because that's kind of the biggest thing that CCA is doing this year that's new, that has been taken from other states that are well established and have been doing Star for decades, right? For it to be the first time here in California, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
It is. It's huge.
This is a big deal, and there have been a lot of people working their butts off behind the scenes to try and get everything running. So, yeah, if you're not already registered for Star,
It's $40.
$40.
Could win you a boat.
Brand new boat.
Again, $40 could win you a boat. That's all it takes. So make sure to go register ccacalifornia.org/star or simply sign up by going to joincca.org as well. Anything else? We're good?
Deep sigh.
Yeah. Well, let me close it out this way. It's been a very fun and very productive first half of 24. I think things are going to look up from here. I mean, it was looking really good already. I think we're just going to keep going.
Momentum's in our favor.
Yeah, exactly. Momentum is in our favor. I think we're going to continue to have a whole lot of fun this year. And a lot of firsts have already been established. I think there's going to be a lot of firsts coming up as well. Not only in 24, but in 25 as well. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Well, guys, that is going to do it for the CCA California podcast. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram at CCA California. Like we said before, make sure to go register for $40 for this 2024 Star Tournament by going to joincca.org. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Take care.